Bernardo Silva is leaving Manchester City, and Liverpool players have held an emergency meeting after a 4-goal humiliation. Power is shifting at the top of English football. Welcome back to Just Soccer. Today feels like one of those turning point weeks. A captain says goodbye after 6 Premier League titles. A dressing room closes its doors after a thrashing. In Italy and the Netherlands, title races are tilting hard toward inevitability. Let us get into it. We start at the Etihad, where an era is officially ending. Bernardo Silva to leave Manchester City at end of season. Replacing numbers is easy for Manchester City. Replacing tactical intelligence and emotional control is not. The real question is not who signs him, it is whether City can replicate the way he stitched together their structure in the biggest matches. Manchester City assistant manager Pep Lijnders has confirmed that captain Bernardo Silva will leave the club when his contract expires in June. The 31-year-old midfielder will depart after a remarkable spell that delivered 6 Premier League titles and countless defining performances. Lijnders made it clear that Silva deserves a fitting farewell as his time at the club comes to an end. There is reported interest from Barcelona, but there is no confirmation of any agreement. What is certain is that one of the most versatile midfielders of the modern Premier League era is preparing for a new challenge. Fans are already debating whether City can replace his unique tactical versatility. Silva has played wide, central, deep, advanced. He has pressed like a winger and dictated tempo like a conductor. You can sign talent. Replacing that football intelligence is a different puzzle. If that felt like controlled change, the mood at Anfield is far more unstable. Arne Slot under pressure as Liverpool players hold emergency meetings. Emergency meetings are rarely about one bad night. They are about doubt creeping into the foundations. The danger for Liverpool is not the scoreline itself. It is the sense that the players felt they needed to fix something internally. Liverpool players reportedly held an emergency meeting after a heavy 4-0 defeat to Manchester City, a match that featured an Erling Haaland hat-trick. It was the first time this season Liverpool conceded 4 goals in a single match, and the manner of the defeat has intensified scrutiny around manager Arne Slot. Media speculation about potential successors has already begun, but it is important to be precise. Slot has not been sacked. There is pressure, yes, there is frustration, clearly, but this is still a club trying to stabilize after a damaging result. Supporters are divided. Some argue that a reaction now could salvage the season. Others believe tearing up the project mid-campaign would create deeper chaos. What matters most is whether Liverpool can fix the defensive structure that collapsed so dramatically against City. Without that, meetings and statements are just theater. While Liverpool pick up the pieces, the FA Cup semi-final picture is now set. FA Cup semi-final draw. Chelsea versus Leeds, Man City versus Southampton. Cup draws always look simple on paper. They rarely are in reality. Leeds returning to Wembley carries emotional weight, and emotion in knockout football can distort logic very quickly. The FA Cup semi-final draw has paired Manchester City with Southampton, while Chelsea will face Leeds United. The matches will take place at Wembley, with a place in the final on the line. Leeds reached their first semi-final since 1987 after a dramatic encounter with West Ham described as a VAR-filled roller coaster. The match finished 2-2, and Leeds advanced 5-4 on penalties. Their supporters are celebrating a historic return to the National Stadium. On paper, City and Chelsea might be viewed as favorites, but knockout football does not respect paper. Southampton will believe they can disrupt rhythm and frustrate City. Leeds will lean into momentum and noise. Wembley has a habit of amplifying both. Staying with Chelsea, there was another symbolic moment worth noting. Cole Palmer handed Chelsea captaincy for first time. Leadership is not only about wearing an armband, it is about carrying attacking responsibility every week. Chelsea are building around one face of the project. It increasingly looks like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer captained Chelsea for the first time in an FA Cup victory over Port Vale. He described the opportunity as a long time coming, and it marked a significant personal milestone for the midfielder. Palmer has over 30 goal involvements across all competitions this season, underlying just how central he has become to Chelsea's attacking identity. The captaincy came in the absence of regular leadership figures, and it does not mean he has been named permanent club captain. Fans overwhelmingly support him as a future long-term leader. The more interesting question is whether this responsibility sharpens his game even further, or adds a layer of pressure to a player already carrying creative expectation. Now to a story with longer-term impact, because the Serie A title race may be tilting beyond repair. Inter Milan move 9 points clear in Serie A after Roma. 9 points at this stage is not just a gap, it is psychological dominance. When a contender dismantles a top 4 rival, the message is aimed at the entire league. Inter Milan have moved 9 points clear at the top of Serie A after a dominant victory over Roma. The result strengthens their position as favorites for the Scudetto and sends a warning to anyone still hoping for a late twist. Inter have lost only once in their last 15 league matches, a run that reflects both consistency and control. Italian media are already calling the title race virtually over, although mathematically it is not decided. Roma remain in the top 4 conversation, but this defeat exposed the gap in sharpness and depth. Inter look balanced, ruthless, and calm. That combination usually ends one way, and while Italy edges toward a conclusion, the Netherlands already has one. PSV Eindhoven crowned Eredivisie champion. Winning early is impressive. Winning with dominance changes how a season is remembered. Peter Bosz will get credit for style, but the real achievement is sustaining intensity from August to April. PSV Eindhoven have officially secured their 27th Eredivisie title with 5 matches remaining. The championship was confirmed after second-place Feyenoord drew 0-0 with Volendam, leaving PSV with an unassailable 17-point lead. They have lost only 1 league game all season, a level of domestic control that removes any debate. This was not a final day scramble, it was a sustained campaign of superiority. Supporters are praising Peter Bosz for the team's attacking style of play, and rightly so. But beyond aesthetics, this was about consistency. Titles clinched with 5 games to spare are built on habits, not headlines. So that is where we stand. A captain prepares to leave Manchester City. Liverpool search for answers behind closed doors. Wembley awaits new storylines. And in Italy and the Netherlands, the champions are either emerging or already crowned. Football moves fast, but power shifts even faster. We will be here when the next one lands.